What is good, everybody? How is it going? We are back at it again with podcast number who knows, but let's just get to it. All right, guys. So, you don't know the topic we're going to talk about. I usually like to surprise you with some random things. Today's random thing is going to be working at McDonald's.
Whoa!
Fuck McDonald's.
Did you just say McDonald's?
God bless. Your mic is
Yeah,
muted.
I did. And that was my fault trying to mute the mic. But yeah, working at McDonald's. I think we could start off with Richard because I think you started working there before Axel and I did.
Maybe. Maybe I started back in 2000 and what? I think 2014? 2013.
I want to know. I want to more specifically point out your funniest stories, most memorable story, whatever you have.
Funny and memorable?
Let's hear it, boy.
Dude, drive-through was fucking. Oh, I'm sorry. Drive-through was really fun.
Stop.
You come across a lot of. Yes, I will. I have it in the back of my mind. I'm trying. It's the people you meet. Okay, so like there's a car full of gay people, gay men. Me being heterosexual, and I was younger. I was better looking, but they pulled up and they had ordered a lot of iced coffee. So I'm out there handing their iced coffees, and I hear the people in the back and they're like, oh my god. So I'm handing the drinks, and the driver, like, these are my hands. The driver full on cups my hands as he's taking the iced coffees. And I was like, oh my god, dude, my stomach was turning. I was so disgusted. Just because that's not what I felt. No hate to the LGBTQ community out there, but God bless. He was like, oh my gosh, you have such manly. No, get this. He said, oh my god, you have such manly hands.
What did you say to them?
That's the first one that came to mind. I mean, what did I think? I thought that was very awkward. I don't know what to think.
Did you at least say thank you?
Oh, it's customer service, man. I gave him this big old smile and said, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate it."
Hey.
I walked away. I didn't know what else to do.
Hey, can you hear me?
We
Yes.
hear you. Go ahead.
Loud and clear.
Okay. I want to know, were you rude to the gay guys?
Of course not. No, I was not rude. They were being really nice and giving me compliments. I didn't want to fire back insults at them. I gave them a smile. I said thank you, I appreciate it, and I sent them on their merry way. I was looking for the women.
What do you mean by that? Their merry way.
Why are you looking into this? Get out of here.
Is it like Christmas? What do you mean? Why does it have to be a merry way?
It's just sending them on the merry way because they're a bunch of happy guys. I don't know what do you want me to say, brother?
Axel, what do you got? You got a story?
Hey.
Yes,
My
we can
turn?
hear you. Yes.
Okay.
What do you got?
My turn with funny stories.
Yes, your most memorable story. Something funny or distraught, whatever.
Okay. Well, one of the funniest things, I was, it was my first time on the juice, and I was very mad at the drive-through. Drive-through, if you ever been on drive-through, it's very complicated because you have to do multiple things at the same time. I mean, people talk crap about McDonald's all the time, but it's hard work. I don't care what anybody says. Not anybody can do drive-through. You got to do multitasking and all this stuff. But anyway, to get to the point, there was this homeless guy who would always come in the middle of the drive-through just to bug the cars and let the people not pass, just to mess with us. He would do it all the time. I forget his name, but he even had a name. Like, we gave him a nickname because he would do it every day just to bug. So one day he got me. I was really the trembolone had me going, right? So this guy is on the drive-through, and I'm starting to get a call. Excuse me, sir, I can't advance my car because the middle of the drive-through, and I get so mad, bro. And I tell him, hey, get off the drive-through right now. And he comes over. He comes over to my window. And he's, hey, you don't talk to me like that, you son of a, you know what? He started telling me all this shit, and I said, "What you say? What you say? Come here." And he came closer, and I almost grabbed him. I was gonna grab him, and I was gonna start beating the out of him. So mad, dude. And then I was gonna grab him because those little windows. I was gonna my arm push him through the windows, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate from this, but this guy would bug us every day, made us lose clients. I mean, we were losing money because of him. So he was, hey man, I don't care if you're homeless. That doesn't mean that you're accountable
What?
you're not accountable for doing bad things.
Man,
But
what I think
anyway, that
From
was a funny story.
corporation.
Then the manager was like, Axel, manager came in, let me talk. Manager came in and he was like, Axel, calm down. Let me talk. Then the manager came in and he was like, Axel, stop. You gotta calm down. And then two managers came in and they grabbed me and they were like, get up the drive-through right now. Go back to being a cashier. You can't even control yourself, man. What's wrong with you today? And I was like, nothing, man. It's not my fault. This guy's the one starting this crap, but whatever, man. That was a funny story. Another funny story was that the boss was actually doing the girl that I wanted to be with, and I never knew that until the end. Another funny story is that one of the buddies that was working there was actually doing my girlfriend at the time, and I didn't know. That was actually very hilarious because him and I were great friends. Yeah, fun. I'm the clown face, right?
Need more detail.
And another funny story is I was employee of the month. Let me speak. It's my turn to speak. And another funny thing is one time I was working really fast because I used to take espresso shots, you know, and this there was a lot of customers that day. It was just peak time, right? So I was going fast. I was doing this. I was acting like I was the manager, right? I was going this, doing that, and all of a sudden, this random lady, come, hey, man, can I talk to you for just 1 second? Just 1 second. I said, yes, yes. What do you need? What can I help you with? And she was like, I just want to say that you are gonna make it very far in life because I can see you. You're sharp, and you see everything that's going on, and you're gonna be great. And I was like, wow, well, thank you very much. Like, I appreciate that. It made me feel like my job was, at least, even though the managers weren't seeing it, at least the people outside were looking at it. Another funny story is one guy came in very angry, and he wanted to beat the crap out of my other cashier guy. He was also very buff like me. He was African American. I told him, sir, you can't. This is a private section. He was like, I want to talk to the manager right now. And my partner was like, sir, you cannot come in here. Get out. And he was like, what? You're gonna move me? And my partner was like, well, I will if I have to. And I told my partner, I was like, hey man, we can take we'll both take him right now. Coming in here, we're both gonna have to take you. Like it's gonna happen. And the manager came in, he fixed it. Last thing, last story. This homeless man made me
all years.
count like $7 in full pennies. It
Yeah.
took me so long, and you have to do it because it's money.
Me too.
You have to do it, and the pennies, bro. Forgive me for if I get hate from this, but they're so dirty, and you have to
So
count it
gross.
all one by one, and all the way to get to the $7. It's so gross, dude. And that's all I gotta say, man.
Hey,
Very
Richard,
well. Well, you know what? I'm
rate
not gonna
more?
lie. I think McDonald's lost a very good employee there. I mean, you were very considerate. You were thinking about the clients of the establishment. I swear, if one of those people heard you talking right now, They would regret ever letting you go.
McDonald's should sponsor us.
McDonald's should sponsor Axell.
McDonald's. When I left McDonald's, they were like, what? They were like, was it worth it? And I was like, bro, I didn't get fired. Like, I left because I wanted to. What do you mean if it was worth it? Like, I'm going to a different country. What, you expect me to work overseas? Like, what's wrong with you?
They don't have McDonald's in Nicaragua?
Yeah, they have McDonald's here, but like my manager was so mad that I quit because I was a good employee. And I was like, bro, like I'm quitting because I'm going on a vacation for 3 months. Well, are you planning on giving me a vacation for 3 months? Like, no,
3 months.
it's not gonna, no, like,
3 months turned into 5 years.
yeah, I decided to stay in this country. Yes, I knew what I was doing. I knew I wasn't
Hey,
gonna tell my boss.
What if
shit.
that manager is just waiting,
Wow.
just waiting on your return, man?
This is the manager that you wanted to engage in relations with.
No. That was actually she was a buddy of mine. She was not a cashier, but she did a little bit of everything. Her name was I forgot.
Was she the blonde one?
She was not blonde. But I talked to a few girls there, man. I was the cute guy, you know. I was the one that I thought was getting all the girls, but at the end, the girls always fall for the boss because it's the boss, and the boss
Yeah,
has more
ain't that some weird
than
shit?
the
The
cashier.
the boss, the boss who's how old? 29 years old, working as a manager at McDonald's, or maybe a 29-year-old working as a freaking not even a manager, but what's it called, a PA at an Amazon establishment. Like, who the hell? All these little girls looking at these
Right.
old low lives as if they're some like freaking sexy being. Like, fuck that guy. What is he doing for his life? You really think that this guy is gonna make your life better? No. Get out of here. You're just impressed with his title, you
Richard, can
low-life
you
mother.
elaborate
Yes.
more on like that customer service? Because you did drive-through and also cashier.
I did it all, man. I worked there for way too long. I don't know why. It was a cool side gig. It was a cool side gig. I was in high school. I started working at 16. First was Carl's Jr., then it was McDonald's, and I stayed at McDonald's for like
Working
2
with
years.
competition, man.
Competition? There's no competition, man. They're
Carl's Jr.
all
double
low end.
the double Western bacon, so juicy, thick. McDonald's doesn't have nothing.
The way you speak about that, man.
Bro.
Get out of here.
Double Western all day.
Carl's Jr. can sponsor us too.
That's all I get every time I go. Double Western.
Junk food. It's all bad for the body.
We'll talk about what's good and bad for the body later in another podcast. All right, I'm gonna go in and tell. I don't got a funny story.
Oh yes, Danny, your turn.
Memorable
The blonde manager. Please tell us about that one.
I don't have a blonde. I didn't have a.
Oh, look at that.
Anyway, look. So my story.
Get all kid. I don't have a
was
blonde
working
manager.
Flustered.
So I was working at Mickey D's when I was 17. I think I worked there for like 4 months, and it was just because my dad was like, "Hey, look, they got an open interviews. You should go check it out. You know, like I think you'll get the job." And man, when I got the job, I interviewed, and I was so happy. I was like, I was so happy, just like Richard. I was like, damn, man, that was so clean. Like, I know I got the job. Like, and when I got accepted for it, I was bragging to my family. I'm like, yeah, I killed the interview. The manager complimented me, said I was great. Just to be put in the back as a cook. So I got put in the back as a cook. And yeah, I was a cook at McDonald's. Never really did anything else customer service wise, surprisingly. And my story is I was partying one night in Palm Springs, and then that's actually like I think an hour and a half away from McDonald's. So I'm partying. I'm so drunk, dude. I woke up super drunk the next morning, right? And I had duty. I had to go to work. And dude,
Yeah.
I'm drunk. No, I woke up still drunk. I blacked out that night. Woke up still drunk from that night of fun. And I'm on my way to McDonald's, dude. And I'm driving like if this is the last opportunity of my life, dude. Like I'm driving like I'm gonna lose the biggest job I've ever held in my
This
career,
guy.
which was the only job.
This
Dude,
guy.
I'm driving so crazy, swerving all over the place. I got passengers in the back seat who I didn't really know. We were just kind of met for that party. They're freaking out. One of them was like, "No, just let me out of the car now." And I'm like, "No." I'm yelling. I'm like, "No." It sounds like it's kidnapping, but no, obviously not. I just had a really bad rep after that one. So I get to McDonald's, right? Get to McDonald's, and dude, I'm going to work. And dude, you won't believe it. I was so drunk still that I'm falling all over the place. Literally in the back in the kitchen, and I slipped because I was trying to pick up one of those big ass mats. Slipped and ate shit.
Wow.
I went through the whole shift drunk, super hungover. Left the shift, made it somehow, and I go in my car. Actually, get in my car, and I fell asleep behind the wheel 5 minutes before getting to the next place I was trying to get to. Fell asleep, and I drove onto oncoming traffic and
Drew.
hit the car right in front of me. Woke
Drove.
up and I was drove, bro. I woke up and I was already in an accident. It was my
What?
first accident. Yeah, I fell asleep behind the wheel, man.
Oh man.
And Axel can tell you more about that because he had to drive
Oh
that car
my,
for the
dude.
rest. He had to drive that car for the rest
Bro,
of
I was
your.
so fucking mad at this guy. I was so mad at this guy because that was my car, and like I let him borrow it, bro. You ruined it, and now I had to drive that shit all over fucking Cali. I had to be the one with a broken car. But it was so embarrassing. Do you know how many dates I took in that ugly ass car?
It was an ugly. Hey,
What car was it? What car was it?
it was a
It was
Mazda.
a Mazda 2001, and it was very old, and it was crashed because of Daniel. He never fixed it.
The front left headlight was like all all crashed.
Oh, Drew.
It's not funny. Hey, hey, hey! I forgot one funny story. I was so close to my manager that we actually used to before the shifts, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
It's not a funny story.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes.
That's more of like a fact. That's not a story though. Man.
That's a funny story, dude. We used to. It was so
funny
funny.
story.
'Cause you never have you ever heard of someone smoking it up with their McDonald's manager before going into work?
Yes.
Yeah.
What? That's
Yes.
normal?
I had like 2 different managers that did like crack in the back, dude. You know,
What?
just go back there and fucking
Okay, we're gonna get
just fucking on
sued.
some
We're
random.
gonna get sued for talking all this stuff about
I got one
McDonald's.
more story. One more
It's
story.
McDonald's. What do you expect? Low lives.
Whoa,
No hate. No hate.
McDonald's
No
is
hate.
the
No
biggest
hate. I
business
know.
in the
I know.
world. They
I
deserve
worked
the
there. I know.
respect. They deserve respect.
Cut that part out. That was my bad.
All right.
No, we're not cutting shit out. We're not cutting
Okay.
nothing out.
Hey, so my last story is when I quit McDonald's, and man, I quit, right? And they tried to play me. They're like, "Hey, so it's your last day. We just want you to, do your duty, whatever." And I was a cook. That's all my job entailed was cooking, and that's it. The manager tried telling me for the last 2 hours of my shift, she was like, "Hey, if you can just go and clean up the stock room." And I was like, "What?" I was shook. I was like, "Dude, this is not my job. That's I know that's not my job." So I clocked out on break. She was like, "When you clock in from break, just go clean the stock room and you're good." Clocked clocked in from break, and I ran out the back door. Ran out the back door, man. Never thought I'd see that place again.
Dude, when I
Yeah.
left McDonald's, I was like 30 minutes from a shift. I was 30 minutes from a shift. I was already with my wife. We were dating, and I think we were hanging out or something. And I was telling her that I hate this job, and I'm over it. And she's like, "Well, why don't you quit?" I looked at her and I was like, "Yeah, why don't I quit?" I called up, and dude, I felt so bad because the nicest manager that was there, the nicest young woman, she was so kind to me, to everybody, so nice. She had just, hello. I was like, hey, it's Richard. She's like, no. Oh, yeah, no, you're not gonna do this. Not now. Not 30 minutes from your shift. I have nobody. It's just me and one other person. I need you here. Uh, yeah, I'm not coming in. She was like, bye. Boom. Oh, dude, I felt so bad. I was like,
You should feel bad.
I know, I did it to her. I went literally the next day was Friday, and I went in for my last check, and it was her. It was her handing me my check. And I was like, so how did it go yesterday? I didn't know what else to do, man. I felt bad.
All right, hey, real quick, I'm gonna digress. Richard, I'm putting you on the spot, but
whoa,
what's the story of when you were a valet at a casino?
you got
You
it.
crashed someone's car. Bro. This guy crashed someone's car.
Talk about on the spot. God bless. Yes, I crashed somebody's car. That, you know what? Allow me to lay some advice for any youngin out there, 18 years. You want a bad job? I'm sorry, I had to filter myself there. You want a really good job? Valet for a casino, because that was the best job to this day, the best job I probably will have ever had. That is the best job ever. You get paid really good. You drive the nicest cars that you could even possibly think of, and I mean it. Exotic cars. You see, as a young male, seeing a woman half naked is like, amazing. And well, guess what? You see that every night. Half naked chicks, people coming out winning money, they're throwing money at you. Like, that job was the best job ever. And yes, I screwed the pooch on that one.
Okay, what was the story? Everything, details.
I'm telling you the story. This night, I wasn't even under the influence. That job, everybody there was always smoking the ganja, man. We were always, you know what I mean? We're driving high. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like, dudes would steal, like, they would come back from cars with nugs, like big old, like, they said that they had like a big old jar in the car. Like, this one time, a buddy of mine came back and he had like a baggie full of, like, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, man, the dude had a big old jar. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? Y'all tripping? Y'all just grab shit like that? Well, anyway, I wasn't under the influence. I wasn't even tired. I come back from break, and right there, waiting to be parked, is this beautiful 2019 black 5.0 Mustang, decked out. And this was back in 2018. Was it 18? Yeah, 2018.
2018. So this was
No, I'm sorry. This was at the end of 2017. So this was like the brand new model, like brand spanking new. And I go up to the boys and I'm like, hey, what's up with that car? How come nobody's driving it? They all look at me. They're like, I'm not touching that thing. Heck no. This one guy was like, nope, that thing has got too much power and I'm too stupid. And I was like, hell yeah, you are. I was like, give me the keys. Grab the keys, dude, all happy. I was like, walked up. I was like putting my finger across the paint. It was so brand new. I walked in, sat down, started her up, like this beautiful sound. I was like, oh my God, bro, like, I can't believe this. Now, mind you, I have driven way nicer cars than this, but this was like this was something I felt like I could touch one day. Like this is a doable goal. Is a fast, nice car like this. So I'm in this car. The first thing I do is I take traction off. Traction off. I'm playing with the stick. I look ahead. I drive off slowly because that's what you have to do. You don't want to give the wrong idea to the customers and to the managers. You're driving off slowly, and then you come up to this stop sign, and this is a dark area. No cameras. This is the perfect place for you to play with the car. Pop the clutch, throw it in first. No, dude, it was so fun. Like a fishtail. And then I went too far. I tried to correct. I overcorrected. Too far. No. The entire time I was saying, no. I probably went back and forth like 3 times until finally I met my demise. It was a palm tree, man. It was a palm tree. I went right into a palm tree, man. I was full of adrenaline. The airbag, in my face.
Oh,
bro, like, and I had my glasses.
Jesus!
At that time, I usually wear contacts, but this night I had glasses, and so it was just like, like the whole thing was just like slow motion, dude. I couldn't believe it.
Did it break your
Hopped off
nose?
the car. No, it did not break my nose. I know that is a very common misconception. People don't typically. I've gotten in a few car accidents with airbags, and I've never once broken my nose. I don't think that really happens. But anyway, yep, I hopped out the car, and this was like not even half a mile away from where I started. This is maybe like a quarter of a mile. Everybody's running out. And they're like, oh my God, dude, what happened? Are you okay? I'm like, I don't know what the hell. And they're like, dude, oh my God. They were looking at the car. Oh my God, what the car? And I was like, yeah. And then that same guy who was like, too much power, I'm not stupid. He walked up and he was like, yep, you're fucked. I was like,
Oh. Wait,
very well. Yep, that was the end of a very good job.
Like, did you apologize to the owner?
God, no. They did not want him kicking my ass. The manager hid me in the back. He was like, hey, man. All right. He stuffed me in the back, and he was like, wait here. I'm going to explain everything. I was like, should I be out there? Should I apologize? He's like, no. We don't want him to do anything to you. I was like, okay. I'll be back here. Yes, unfortunately, dude. And I saw the guy when he saw his car. Dude, he walked out and he was like, oh, sad. I felt so bad.
Not even mad. He was sad.
He was sad. I mean, the company paid for everything. They replaced the car. They replaced any damages to their property. I was a clean slate, just booted. They fired me and they sent me on my merry way. Yeah, I was very sad to see that job come to an end, but I mean, who knows? I'm glad that I left while I was still extremely happy with the job. There were a few folk there who had been there for like 13 years and they're just like over it. I was like, how could you be over driving? Dude, the nicest car that I drove there was a McLaren. And that's like the nicest car that I drove there. Like there were so many nice cars that I drove there, but I was just like, how could you not like this job? And I could see why. It can get boring, it can get old, but it was really good money. It was really fun.
Awesome, man. I'm gonna pause right there real quick.